And Christine just brought up an interesting point. We were talking a minute ago.
Well, you were talking about, Kelly, you brought it up earlier about your playlist at the gym, and I just can't get something you said out of my head.
Yeah.
And it was your gym coach who had put together a playlist through a service I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
It's like Rate My Run.
Rock My Run.
Rock My Run.
Yeah.
And it basically, I guess you have to have a wearable of some sort, but it can track your pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're listening to a song, let's just pick a song, that a Lady Gaga song.
All right.
And you're running along at a whatever 7-minute mile pace.
Yeah.
If you speed up, does the Gaga song speed up, or do they switch songs to a different beat?
My understanding was the next song. You're doing this.
So here's the beat.
As you get faster, the next song, if you're fast, would be faster and match up to your heartbeat. And it does it every song.
Okay.
I don't think the Gaga song gets faster.
Okay, and if conversely, the worst happens, you have an episode, or you have to slow down, or your shoe comes untied, does it start playing that, was it Sam Smith's song? Stay with me.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Sam Smith's "Stay With Me" is the one that they've chosen, as I understand, to be that one.
I'm falling.
Actually, if I were running and this came on, I'd be offended.
You should. This song barely has a pulse.
God, you're right. What if you have an episode like a heart episode?
Right, the worst.
A cardiac event. What would come on, if all that was happening? You know what? This is true. We had a guy in here, friend of this program from years ago, in local media. And he was talking about we do a run at the runway every year, a 5K, which is coming up, by the way. You should have seen everyone yesterday just ready.
Scrambling to check their calendars.
We have an event. It's called, Run the Runway, where you're out running 3 or 6 miles on an airport runway. And I usually go and host the event. That's the one where they make notes. There are local news folks out there.
Yes, that's right. You're listed on the program.
Yes. And
there's like dedication from sponsor.
Yes.
Local. There's like an exercise pump up coach kind of thing.
Then local TV, and they have little notes scripted for everyone. And I'm always the last speaker. It's to raise money to help those that are hungry and in need. And every year they hand this whole script out, and everybody's notes are scripted out except mine. At the end it says, Chris Kelly says something poignant.
Now, I want to say some things about food.
It's good.
When have I ever said...
Let's hear it for food, huh? Come on, let's give it up.
When do I say anything poignant? So this year I can't do it. It's the day we're touring East Carolina, so I can't
as a family.
So I can't do it. So yesterday we're in our meeting, and they say, "Well, Chris Kelly can't do that run this year. Who's going to step up and do it?" And you should have seen all the looks.
Like kids in class who don't want to get called on.
Yeah, who don't. But I admire Dave. Someone finally said, "Dave, would you like to do it?" And Dave said, "I would not."
Just one word answer. No.
And back to pushing a salad around the plate.
Yep.
Yes, that's right. So anyway.
Love the runway.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Love the airport.
Oh, yes.
Use it.
Great event. Last year.
Don't run on it. I don't.
I'll tell you the thing about that run is it's you can see the finish line because it's so flat. But it feels like it's right there, but it's not. A mile and a half away.
I've been on an airplane. I've ridden down one.
Bugs Bunny will tell you it's a mirage.
It's not right there.
It is a mirage.
It was a mirage. Because you're looking, you think it's there. You see the word finish, but it's a mile away. John, you have a question about this running app, or this? It's called Rock My Run. Go ahead.
Does the app play Frankie Goes to Hollywood if you're furiously masturbating?
Stop.
Well, I'll test it.
Worth a try.
Don't do it.
Relax. Don't do it.
Okay, I don't know. Thank you, John. I have not had any
it's new
experience.
to you.
It's new to me. It was just
And
told.
you're not a wearable guy.
Right, that's right. I don't really do that, but still, it possibly could. Now, the point about that airport run is we had a local news journalist, a news anchor, come in once because he was hosting for the news station. And he runs a lot. He runs like 3 miles a day.
Fit guy.
Very fit. And Chris Demm said, "Do you listen to music while you run?" And he said, "Oh no, God no. That interferes with my breathing."
He had to concentrate on his breath.
His breath. He likes to breathe.
And so, like, if you were listening to Frankie Goes to Hollywood
No,
or
yeah,
Lady
yeah.
Gaga,
Yeah, you don't.
you know, your
off.
head's in the beat.
He said he's totally
and it's
thrown
not
off.
thinking about your lungs.
That's right. And we said, like, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Well, I try to breathe into one nostril and out the other, and I try to."
How do you even do that?
And he would
Concentration.
he'd
Dave.
breathe in on like one footfall and breathe out on the other footfall. And he's like, "If I get a rhythm in my head, there's no way I can do it." So he just ran 3 or 4 miles a day silently because of the breathing exercise that he was doing. And we gave him an A in
I
breathing.
wonder what the fastest song is on that list. It's not that GD Cotton Eye Joe song.
That's a good one. That's a good one. They play that sometimes.
Where did it go?
They play that
Hey,
sometimes. The thing there, though, is a lot of these songs are
remixed and spread out.
Yeah, so they're
I'm
really,
sure.
they really go crazy with them, I told you about the time they played American Pie, and I was on the treadmill, but it was a really jazzed up version of American Pie, so it said, "This will be the day that I die. Die, 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 die."
Die, die,
You're
die, die,
running
die, die, die.
while it's just doing that.